It's the Real Talk Show.
It is?
That's that new Mac Lucci. Shout out
What
to
up?
Mac. Just had a birthday.
What up, Matt?
What's up, everybody?
What up?
Everybody tuning in. It's happy hour out here.
It is?
It's happy hour.
Where's the
now.
drinks?
The drinks are coming.
Oh.
The weed is
Well,
here.
that's the only reason I came to do the show today, because I was promised a nice drink.
Check this out. We're going to start the show off like this. We got the OG DjKingAssassin sitting in with us right now. He got a brand new show right here at tradiov.com. We want y'all to tune in because he comes in right after the Going Way Back show with Money B.
That's right.
So we got like a whole 2 hours up here at T-Radio V.
3 hours.
Yeah,
Three.
I call it the triple threat.
Triple threat.
You dig? It's the triple threat because it starts out with Edie, then it goes into Money B, then the King Assassin show.
It's a beautiful
triple
thing.
threat.
Hip hop up here at T-Radio V.
I just
did?
got cut. That shit was serious.
The way it should be. You know what I'm saying?
With asparagus.
Definitely with asparagus.
It's a little inside joke, y'all.
And we'll get into that later because it's important, though.
I don't know.
No doubt. We definitely gonna get into that.
You know what? Screw y'all.
Shop talk. That's for shop talk. But anyway, DjKingAssassin, man, thanks for coming through.
Oh, indeed.
You know what I mean?
Thanks for having me.
The classic, the legend.
OG right here.
Gotta give you the
Give
real
everybody
talk
a brief
clap.
history on you, man, and why they should know you if they don't.
Well, you know, history goes back to like what we have in common, Tupac Shakur. That's probably my biggest accomplishment that
Nice
people know
shirt.
me from. Indeed. Right there. Wyclef, Roger from Zap. Most of your Bay Area acts I produced too, a lot of them cats. You know, I've been producing for over 20 years, you know what I mean? I come back from the days of you know, when Pac used to live in Marin City and stuff like that, you know, rolling with Digital Underground, Shock G, Money B, doing, you know, a lot of the East Coast trips too, going out there to the East Coast, working with Wyclef, doing his stuff, and also Roger from Zap when he was alive. Rest in peace to Roger.
Great Roger Troutman.
Right.
No doubt. Okay, so why should everybody tune in to your show? What are
Everybody
you going to bring to the table?
You know what? I'm going to tell you, you should tune in for the simple fact that it's nothing but game and West Coast knowledge when it comes down to it, man, because we bring a lot of cats that, you know, that are producers, and we talk about how they make these beats. We talk about how they got into the industry, and we break even stuff down on how to, and that's what we're going to start doing with the show, is teaching. What we do right now is teach the
That's
kids.
That's dope. Super
You
dope.
know, how to DJ. Like my man right here, you know what I mean? And scratch and what kind of equipment to get, down to what kind of application to use to make beats. So it's a producing aspect down to artists like yourself coming in and telling us, you know, exactly how you got started and
Definitely.
what it takes to make
I can't wait to do the show.
Oh, you're coming
You know
in.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No doubt.
You're
know,
going to pick
'cause
everybody.
Oh,
My
yeah.
man right here is going to be rolling something up for
Hey,
me.
you know, like I'm doing right now, man. I'm rolling up some of that
You
King.
need to be busting open that blue
This
diamond
that-
almonds.
she got her
right
eyes
This
there.
on
that
them
King
almonds,
Assassin. Well, why she mentioned it? This is my favorite almond by a company
This
called Blue
nigga here.
Diamond.
Shameless plug.
Yeah.
He trying to get a check, y'all. Y'all support the
Every
homie.
week, I'm telling
Roasted
you.
Y'all
and
support the
salty,
homie. He
yo.
trying to get a check.
Roasted and salted.
I ain't
now,
mad at
now
you.
I'm gonna let Dave Pink enjoy this beautiful
Thank you,
product.
Don Juan.
Since 1910,
I
they've
ain't
been
mad
getting
at you, bro. Get that check. Young nigga, get that check.
Young nigga, get that check.
Get that check. Get that check.
Yelling the yelling.
Yo, I need to hang with y'all before we come to the show. Y'all
Absolutely.
Y'all gonna
I mean, if they could get the pre to the show, that's really the extras that they're gonna get on YouTube when we start the Real Talk Show YouTube channel. But back to DjKingAssassin. You know what I mean?
Anybody
All
else
the-
want some of these
all
beautiful
the shameless
almonds?
plugs. Maybe in a second, man. I'm working here, man.
Oh, they are
You know
so
what I'm saying?
good, baby.
Oh my God,
damn.
delicious.
Stop being so serious.
And it's good for your heart. It's good for your health.
Is that
no
right?
cholesterol.
These shit's probably genetically modified. I
out
need to
there.
read the back of this shit. Make sure
GMO
I'm not
like a
eating the
motherfucker. Let me
GMO
put these
almonds.
shits right here.
Because they don't taste like the
Since we
old school
plugging-
ones.
Yo,
We
pop it
plugging
straight
the
out
blue-
the bag,
the
man.
blue,
Fresh as it
diamond.
can be, baby.
All right.
I wonder how much salt you got in there.
It's got a little bit of sodium.
A lot.
85
I mean, that's what
milligrams.
we got to stay away from is a lot of salt,
Yeah,
too.
85 milligrams per
It's
every
the type of salt you gotta stay away from.
per every 28
What type of
pieces.
salt?
That ain't no
that?
sea salt.
It ain't. No
Let
wonder
me-
this shit tastes good.
Yeah.
That ain't no sea salt.
That's alright.
Roasted. Man.
Yeah, they a
I
little
got the
dry.
munchies.
They're a little dry.
And there's a plug again right there.
There's
See
a
that
plug.
right there? Blue Diamond. Roasted.
Young nigga,
Baby,
get
stop
that check.
smacking on air,
When
yo.
you wash it down,
Young nigga,
I can
get
hear
that
you,
check.
yo.
when you wash it
Why
down,
is you
Get that check.
smacking?
I
Get
prefer
that
the
check.
Sani.
Me and Edie smacking.
This nigga done bought the almonds and niggas ain't even talking no more.
I prefer You know, the Dasani water, the green tea.
They talking. They're like, what?
With that.
Hold up now, DJ sat while we was talking.
While we
now.
was talking, everybody ain't talking.
Let's get back to DJ Assassin, man. The homie said
Nigga got them almonds, boy.
he enjoying the almonds too, so I don't feel so bad.
That's right.
You know what I mean? As you can see, we like to have a good time over here at the Real Talk Show. What's the date and time for your show? Again, for everybody that need to know.
You know what? The triple threat, like we was talking about, with all three of us, 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock is when I come on, from 8 to 9. And before me is Money B, then before Money B is Edie.
That's that Roger right there. Turn that up a little bit.
Oh, yeah, turn that
up. No, come on, man. You know how we
That's
do.
what I'm talking about right
Tell
there.
the people something they don't know about you.
Roger was a genius. R.I.P. to a legend.
That's right. Rest in peace, Roger.
She want to know. She said, "Tell the people something they don't know about you."
Wow.
Something about DJ Assassin that.
What they don't know about me is that when I was younger, I won a spelling bee. Yeah,
no shit.
Yeah, I'm actually like, you know. And,
If I would have known, I would have did Black Jeopardy on you.
you know what I mean? Yeah.
That's real
Let's
shit,
do
because
it.
I ain't never won a spelling bee.
And it's a trick.
I hate that
You
shit.
couldn't spell, huh?
Spell
You
right.
say I'm a DJ. Fuck
Smart
that
as
shit. You
hell.
ain't got
It
to
wasn't
spell
like
that.
Straight A's.
And I
Couldn't
wasn't
spell
the
worth a
smartest
damn.
kid, and you know what I mean. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you know, there was a lot of kids way smarter than me, but it was them that I thought that were way smarter than me. Mm-hmm. They didn't spell the words right, so it went like this. It was Hillsdale Elementary School that I won the spelling bee at because I beat the whole school.
Wow.
And that was where Hillsdale is where.
Hillsdale is San Jose, California.
San Jose, California. That's the Bay Area.
Yeah, that's the Bay. So at Hillsdale,
Shout out to the whole Bay.
yeah, shout out to the Yay area. When I won that, they took me to the district spelling bee.
No shit.
Yes, and guess what? What happened there?
What happened?
Now, I didn't. I wish I would have
We
won,
all
but
wait. We all waiting.
There was all the schools, right? It was all the schools, right? All of them that were in this, and I say at least about 50 people. You know what I mean? So I came down to the third 3 people, and I was one of them in the end. And I swear I was getting easy words. I had to be getting easy words. I mean, I could have won this. Do you want to know what I spelled wrong?
What you spell wrong?
That's exactly the question I was going to ask you. What word fucked you up?
Stomach.
No shit.
Yes.
That's the type of shit that
Are you
happens.
serious? Spell it now.
Well, you.
You left off the H.
Spell that shit
No, I
right
didn't
now.
leave my brother. Hey, y'all gonna.
And
this
I'm gonna make you win today. Goddamn
Get
it,
your
you done
revenge,
won.
my brother. Right now, live here on the T Radio B on the Real Talk Show.
Spell stomach.
Stomach.
Go ahead.
STOMACH.
Ding, ding, ding,
No,
ding, ding.
Then you gotta repeat the word though.
Stomach.
Yes.
There you go.
Hey,
There it is.
There you go.
Beautiful.
You won.
This is beautiful. You can be redeemed right here. On
See, it's the Real Talk Show. You can get that back.
now
can
let
be
me
redeemed.
now let me tell y'all what I did wrong.
How'd you spell it?
I was thinking in my mind stomach ache.
Oh
So what did I do? What did I do? Can y'all guess?
shit. Ended with an E.
Exactly. That's what I did.
Bow.
That's what I probably would have did.
I mean,
I'm going to
everybody
be
was like,
honest.
Everybody was like, no, he was like, how the fuck did he spell stomach wrong?
With an E.
People be
No, because
mad.
look, I'm sitting here waiting for the E. So you know I was going to spell this shit wrong. Stomach, as you can see, he spelled
Yep.
it correctly.
Oh, so baby, you was gonna spell. Don't tell me you was gonna spell stomach wrong.
I was going to throw the E on there.
Were you gonna throw the E just like I?
Yeah, right now I was going to do that.
I'm so glad I didn't ask you that. Because
I'm glad you
I might have
didn't.
felt some type of way about our relationship.
I'm
after
glad you didn't, and I'm glad he got it right.
Can you use it in a
'Cause
sentence?
that shit would have been sad if he
that would
got
have
it.
fucked up my stomach to know that you couldn't spell stomach.
Well,
I
you
had
know
a
what?
stomach
It's
ache.
the easiest thing sometimes that you know, because our mind is thinking something else when they're telling us, and plus being
Right.
under pressure too probably has a lot to do
Right.
with it. I mean, it was a lot of people at the same time, but I was thinking stomach ache in my head, and that's why that E. And I knew when I did say that E, it was kind of like a little bit after, like it was STOMACHE. Because I was thinking about it too.
Niggas is like, no, people be like, if he only didn't say the E.
Yeah.
If he only
And I know my
left
mom
that
and dad
E
were
on.
like, damn, you know what I mean? Like,
But look, that's something very interesting that I know most people, you know, people judge a book by its cover.
Right.
They wouldn't understand.
And
that.
that's why we ask
he made it
questions
all the
like
way,
that, too.
Exactly.
So
That was
that
a great
people-
question.
Yeah, because that's something when I tell people that, like, for real.
Right.
I mean, I ask myself that too. Damn, like, how did I even make it? That goes to show.
Yo, that shit was so out of
left.
left field when he
Yeah.
said it. I was like, no shit.
Yeah.
That was an honest no shit. You know what I mean?
That's real talk.
That was honest right there. Before we get up out of here, man, I want you to give everybody one of your fondest memories of a young Tupac.
fondest memory was Dear Mama. I remember when he recorded that song, and a lot of people don't know that there was a sample in that song before. And it was Yo-Yo, got me a down-ass mama on my team, because we were recording at Echo Sound. It started in Blue Palm Studio, but it went down to Echo Sound. And I didn't hear the last mix of it, but Pac came in the studio with a cassette tape, and that was my fondest memory, because he sang the whole song to me right there while I was sitting down in Echo Sound, looking directly at me. There was only 2 or 3 other people there. I think it was just Randy, which was Stretch, and who else was there? The engineer, Bob Morse. And Layla was there. I think he was recording next to us, Layla, but he wasn't in the studio right when when he was telling me that. And he told me this straight up. He said, "This song doesn't make people cry." And that I'll never forget in my life that moment with Pac, singing "Dear Mama" straight up to me.
He definitely knew he had one with that record.
Knew.
You know what I mean? And I remember it with the sampling. It was much more raw and rugged.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And they were kind of upset about that.
Interscope really polished it.
Yeah.
They polished it.
Because, Pat Charnay, who was Ice Cube's manager at that time, didn't clear that sample. She didn't, but I bet you she wished now, right?
Right.
I
bet you Yo-Yo do too.
Yeah,
I know,
exactly.
and I know one thing.
I bet you that's who really wish they cleared
There's
that
a lot
damn
of women
sample.
that's jealous of DJ Assassin because his hair is really long.
No doubt.
Hey, shout out to Yo-Yo.
Up
She
here,
came by
you know
Zen
what I'm
Lounge.
saying?
She came by Zen last weekend.
No
shout
doubt.
out to Yo-Yo.
Shout out to Yo-Yo.
Bonnie and
Yo-Yo's
Clyde.
a
Don
good
Juan
sister.
chasing for that length, so I give props
Yeah,
to
yo,
you for that.
this long hair
And when
don't care up in
right,
here.
it is.
I
And when you
lost length,
decide to cut it, just donate it to Locks of Love for the women
Locks of
who.
Love.
I lost
Yeah.
like 5 inches off my hair with this.
You didn't donate
dry
it?
air. No, it got donated to the trash can. I didn't know it was gone. Till I looked at an old picture when I moved out here and was like, God damn, I'm about to get. I'm about to get
Did
the
you switch?
Boosie phase.
Did you switch braiders?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Owen was in Tennessee.
Yeah, that happens too.
To all my dark-skinned brothers out here, you just witnessed a light-skinned moment.
Light skin problem.
I'm outnumbered out here. And these
Light-skinned
niggas talking
problem.
about hair and shit.
Assassin though, man.
Thanks, Assassin, for coming through. We want everybody to tune in. Like we said,
Love
it's
the
the
hair.
Triple Threat. Right here at T Radio V.
Yeah.
What's the name of your show again?
The King Assassin Show,
The
co-host
King
Big
Assassin
Meezy.
Show. Shout out to Big Meezy in the green
Yeah,
room.
shout out.
Y'all
What
make
up,
sure
homie?
y'all tune in every Tuesday right here, 8 o'clock. T Radio V. Coming
Yeah.
back, we got MC8 in the building.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Straight up.
Sound like I hear that a lot.
Who do you love?
Going back live. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. A straight up hip hop classic. A West Coast staple. It's my pleasure to be in the company of one of the architects of this rap shit that I love so much. MC8 is in the building, y'all, on the Real Talk Show. What's happening, man?
Yeah. Hey. MC8. Here we go.
Welcome.
So many classics under his belt.
It ain't nothing but a cop.
Yeah.
I don't even. Let's start there. I'm glad he did that. Let's start there because without a doubt, you are the bona fide creator of that. That so many other rappers and even cats in the street have taken and ran with. How does that feel to know that you contributed to the rap game?
Well, you know, shit, just trying to contribute, you know, leave something, you know, for the youths, and just trying to be original with, you know, trying to come out back in the days, trying to stand out, you know. Back then we was coming up, you know, it's kind of difficult to get in the rap game. It ain't as easy as it is now, so just try to signify myself with something original, you know, so
Right.
Everybody was yeah this or yo that or what up this, so I just said yeah, you know, slanged it out. Just
What
ran
did you
with
think
it.
the first time you
Yeah.
heard Jay-Z say that shit?
Man, shit. First time I heard Jeezy and Jay-Z and whoever, man, you know, a lot of people was trying to get on me about, you know, when Jeezy first came out, because they was like, he was wearing it out, you know, but
Absolutely.
I'm like, I respect whatever, you know, it just shows me cats respect where I come from, cats, you know, listened to my records, and they kind of liked that, and they ran with it. So
I be wondering if they know where they got it from.
They should.
Because it be so much in their DNA from just listening, like I did. We listened to so much MC8.
Right.
You know what I
exactly,
mean? That
exactly.
It just become a part of their DNA, and they don't even really know who gave that to them.
If you was from the streets, man, you know, if you was from the streets and you listened to rap music back in the days, then whether you was a youngster or old cat, you know, you kind of couldn't step outside of not saying that you heard that from Eiht or Compton's Most Wanted, you know.
Without a doubt.
You know, so it was all good.
And what about that Ryan Lochte shit? Ryan Lochte tried to do that shit.
Yeah, he was trying to. The little swimmer cat won him a gold medal or some shit, you know.
my cameraman, Gary Center Hollywood with the assist. I appreciate that.
That's the fact checker.
He won a little gold medal or some shit, so he he did it his own little way. He was kind of, white people thought he was stupid for the shit though. They didn't like him doing the shit.
They probably didn't know where it came from.
They thought it was some stupid slang
Right.
shit, whatever. So.
Right.
I mean, I contacted him, my people reached out, whatever, and I ain't heard nothing about it from then. You know, he tried to say he didn't know who MC8 was, whatever.
Damn,
you know,
cut
so,
it out, knock it off.
Well, he is a swimmer.
Yeah,
I don't
you
care.
know,
The
he-
white
He's probably
boys,
in the water
white
most of the
boys was up on
time.
MC8.
He probably knew more of Greg Louganis than he knew of MC8. So,
Right.
You know,
He's
that
a
was his thing.
swimmer.
He's a swimmer.
No, without a doubt, but I'm just saying.
And he probably didn't know.
They listen to hip hop music. You know
He
what I'm
listened
saying?
to hip hop. He just didn't think I guess he probably figured that since he was on that gold medal stage, you know, America the Beautiful and all that shit.
Right.
He figured that he would be able to take that
could
and
slide
make it
with
his own. You know what I'm saying? But a lot
No.
of people kind of like checked him on it. Like, you got to go back and do your history.
Absolutely.
So he probably
As they
sat down
should.
at his computer one night and like, let me pull this cat up and see who this MC8. And he saw all the history. So everything got quiet after that.
As it should. Now, one thing I want to talk to you about, being that one little word, phrase, the way you flip that word, penetrated so many, you know what I mean, ears and ended up on so many other records. And then we talking about a swimmer, an Olympic swimmer,
Right.
you know what I mean, adapting it. How do you feel about hip-hop just being as big as it is, seeing where it came from? Because you one of the actual people that seen it grow to where it is now.
Oh, definitely. You know, hip hop came a long way from when they said it wasn't gonna go nowhere to, you know, cats and with the big chains and, you know, hip hop in the parks and stuff like that. Man, it's came worldwide. It's on a billionaire status. You know what I'm saying? So it's just good to see the longevity of hip hop and how the transition goes today. You know, a lot of people might say nowadays the music is kind of sideways, but to each his own, man. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, I agree.
Everything is full circle. Hip hop is here to stay. It ain't going nowhere. You know, from the funky 4+1 to the new cats right now, like the YGs and the whoever's, man.
Right.
It's just universal, and it's glad to see us all over the globe. Japan, Europe, you know, down in Mexico, Brazil, everywhere I've been, man, hip hop is large, you know, so that's a good feeling.
Absolutely. So I always ask this, especially the people from Compton, what's in the motherfucking water? And shout out to my homeboy Deuce in,
What does that
in the
mean?
green room. He from Compton too. What's in the water? They have
So many
given
hits.
so many great MCs and even producers to the game. Like Compton is like
Sports figures
the
and all
queens
kinds
of the
man.
West Coast. Sports figures,
Yeah.
lawyers. You know what I mean? We had two of Compton's finest up here on the show previously, and I asked him the same thing. What's in the water?
Man, I just think it's the struggle, man. Of
I was
what we
going to say
go
that
through.
it's the struggle.
It's the struggle of what we go through as far as just trying to make something. I mean, it's a hotbed of talent because there's so many brothers out there that's striving to be something or stressing to be or get ahead or whatever. And that always pulls, you know, that pulls the best out of some cats who can deal with adversity and who could deal with stress. And I think just the stories and just the poverty and the police brutality and just everything on the whole that you might see in a movie or hear on the record, that's what it is in Compton. So it's either you're going to express yourself or you're going to get taken under by the railroad, by the train, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of brothers know how to overcome and do
Make
music
something.
and
Make something,
write
make
raps about what the life is,
Right.
or other brothers might turn their aggression into football or basketball or, you know, tennis like the Williams sisters.
Absolutely.
it's just, I think it's just that hotbed of underground talent, because there's a lot of brothers there who are struggling to get out of that situation. So you gotta show and prove.
No doubt. And of course, one of Compton's newest, finest, brightest stars brought you back on his debut album, major album, you know what I'm saying, on a title track, no less, for an epic track, you know what I'm saying. And after we come back from the break, I want to kind of get into how that came about and what it has done for you and giving you a second win.
Yeah.
It's the Real Talk Show. Eddie Don, Diva Pink, DJ Don Juan.
What up?
You know how we do.
Yeah.
Cocaine.
Men down. Where you from?
We in the motherfucking house.
Sipping on holy water.
In the motherfucking house.
Shout out to Don Juan for the recipe. Church. Cheers to everybody. It's
Bishop, that is Bishop Don Juan, not the one that we have in the building right now. I don't want him walking out of here.
He know.
I know you know.
Shout out to Bishop. He came to the party. He came to Mac Lucci's birthday
He
too.
definitely was in the building.
Church was in the building.
Absolutely.
He was standing there. He looked like the tall leprechaun. Like,
you know he wear green everywhere.
Green for the money.
Green for the money and gold for the honey.
You can spot him.
And that's on purpose. That is not an accident.
And he has a stance. He just stand there with a little cool. Only thing you see turning
with
in
that poker face.
Yeah.
Straight up and down.
So cool.
Poker face.
So cool. Are you serious?
Yeah, his walls are green. His carpet is green.
No, he's not playing.
Yeah.
He's not playing.
So
before we went to the break, we was chopping it up with the OG
That's
about,
interesting.
him appearing on Kendrick's album and how that came about.
Well, I guess he knew some of my people, and he hit some of my people up, and they was like, Kendrick wants to holler at you. And I'm like, who? I wasn't into the young scene yet. I wasn't into it.
Right.
I mean, I'm going to keep it real. I mean, I don't listen to a lot of radio.
I don't either.
I mean, my iPod is full of 95 and back.
Wow.
I mean, keep it. That's where I keep it real.
That's real.
I got Kendrick stuff. I bang his shit now. Money trees and swimming pools and all that shit. But I was an old school cat, so my iPod was full of EPMD, Pac, Easy, Big Daddy Kane, that era stuff. So
Right.
when he came at me, I did some research. I was like, oh, okay, he kind of tight. He represents the city, whatever. So we got together. We did the song. He told me the concept, and then that showed me that he knew what he was doing, because a lot of cats don't, they just be like, man, just spit whatever or do whatever. Or,
I don't like that.
So he kind of had a direction of where he was already going with his record, and he was talking to me about how he wanted to do the song. So we got down, and Mad City came about.
Let's play 8 verse on that.
Okay.
I want to hear his verse on that, because he murdered that. Now, the crazy shit to me, though, was that beat was a replay of an Ice Cube record.
Bird in the Hand.
But it sound like your shit.
Exactly.
Because your drums and your shit was always...
Yeah, they did their homework, which was
They
all
definitely
good.
did their homework.
Yes, indeed.
One time, crooked and shit.
All right now, Don Juan. Let the record play.
Ooh. For real? Really? Doing the same thing.
Vintage.
Smoke on me.
Hey, look, the delivery never changed, bruh. Vintage. You can always know 8 when he get on the record.
Everybody ran.
Bow.
Oh, mount up.
Like, when I got to this song on Kendrick's album, I was like, okay,
Man.
I ain't even really need to hear nothing else. I was like, Shorty official.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For doing that right there, because one thing you don't see a lot with the youngsters, when they get their shot, they don't reach back. You know what I'm saying?
They kind of feel like we kind of holding them back or something. I don't understand that, but I don't know. I guess it's because we still eating too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all still eating. I'm still eating. I mean, a lot of us, Cube, Dub, you know, Cypress Hill, we eating still.
Right.
And I guess that's like a interference, or it won't let them get their full potential. But my thing is, we all got our own lanes. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So if you got something that motherfuckers want to hear, and they like your shit, they gonna pick it up regardless. If they like Eiht or Kendrick, or they like this cat or this cat, if you got good music, you just gonna have some good music. Plain and simple. But you know, they feel we stepping on the toes. We need to give them their chance to shine. We need to co-sign for them.
It's enough light for everybody.
Exactly.
It's really the sun shines on everybody. So, you know what I mean? All you got to do is be there and ready and willing, and you're gonna get yours.
Exactly.
But some people just like the shade.
Yeah.
Hey yo, I just think it's
just
really
a lot cooler.
It's really still an honor to sit here beside the OG, because I mean I was literally probably 10. You know what I'm
Well, I
saying?
have to
In
say
Virginia
this.
though, on the East Coast, in Petersburg, Virginia,
Yeah.
riding the MC8, all the MC ran,
we had that.
all the West Coast records.
CMW was able to reach the masses of a lot of young cats, or just cats in the neighborhoods. That was just on that right then and there. You know, I just related to a lot of cats that was stuck in the struggle, because I came from that. You know what I'm saying? Single family home, poverty, living in Compton, shootouts every night, police raids. I came from that. So it's easy for me to relate to somebody in Jersey or Virginia or wherever it is. Not just about
growing
the West
up in
Coast.
the hood is universal.
Anywhere.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? If you growing up in the hood, that record is gonna speak to you. I don't care. You know what I mean? Whether you white, black, yellow, or green, that record is gonna speak to you. And that's why this man had legions of fans and still does to this.
You know, it's so funny because growing up, I didn't watch TV a lot. Like, I was really restricted from watching TV. So when I first started watching TV, that's when like Juice came out and then Boys in the Hood. And I didn't know like it was acting like that. So like when I saw you play on there, I was like, oh my God. Like I thought it was like,
yeah, people had that effect like, oh, these motherfuckers gonna kill somebody.
Right, I thought it was real.
I'm glad she brought that up.
I thought it was real because I don't know much about. I'm from New York, so I don't know about the West Coast culture. And
it's funny because today,
and it was. I took it seriously. I was like,
literally.
I meet fans today like from back in that era, and I might meet a fan who's never came to an MC8 show, and they be like highly intimidated, you know, to speak or just ask for a picture or something, because then first thing they get to thinking about is, oh, Boys in the Hood or Menace to Society.
Come on, niggas.
Them niggas gonna cap if you ask for, can we ask for an autograph or can we ask for a picture? Man, we down to earth. I mean, shit, I'm just a regular motherfucker, man.
And I'm glad she brought that up, because even in the hood and us growing up amongst the youngsters watching that movie, Menace to Society, which is a classic to this day, we always felt like you played a great role in that movie.
That's really my point.
Hey, there it is right there.
You did your thing in that
Killing.
movie. Like,
was that really Jerry curls too, or
Yeah,
that was just your hair?
That was my hair.
Oh, okay.
No, that was my hair.
Because I was like, he got Jerry curls and everything.
Yeah, that was
See, it's
That
not
was
just
the
light
thing back
skin
in the day.
problems.
huh?
It's not just light skin problems, bro.
Yeah, that was official.
Everybody got hair.
Yeah, well, you know, with
But it fit the
curl?
role. It made, I think to me, that look was the
'cause
role.
that was our
It
look.
just-
absolutely,
That was our
the
look in the streets.
and I don't know much about that, so I was just like, oh, okay.
Oh, that
That's
was
why-
our look.
that's
Jerry
why I
curl,
wanted to ask
Jerry
him.
curls and Pendletons and khakis
Absolutely.
and cats with perms with blue rollers and just rollers in their hair. That was our look back then.
on a day-to-day basis.
Exactly.
So how much of that role was Eiht, and how much of that role was the character?
I tried to ad lib a lot of my stuff. I mean, because I guess coming from a person who didn't grow up in Compton and wanted that effect, they let me ad lib a lot of my stuff. So if I didn't feel like, even down to the clothes I would wear, you know, I'd be like, dude, you can't put me in some khakis, a black t-shirt, and then throw me on a yellow and black striped shirt, you know, like, I'd be like, it's not, we don't do like that.
You
So
had to tell them how to do their shit.
they
right.
let me ad lib a lot of my stuff because they knew that I was still, basically, I was still in the neighborhood.
Right.
I was still on the neighborhood every day. I was probably on my third album, but I was still pulling up in Compton every day, on the block hanging with cats. So I still had that element of street cred or value or whatever they wanted, you know. So
And that's what the movie needed. I don't think no other person could have played that role but you. That role was like
Everybody who
tailor-made for
played
him.
their role played their role.
Exactly.
Like you can't see anybody else
that's real.
playing different roles.
That's real.
You know what I mean? For them, that movie was it's a classic.
And that was the
Oh, yeah,
same.
they-
Menace and Boys and Friday. All three of those that came out around that time. They were
Yeah, that was good
100.
to depict of what was going on in the streets. I mean, like I said, it's a cult classic for us because
Absolutely.
it definitely
Still
shows.
to this day.
I mean, every day. I mean, I got kids right now, 6 and 7 and 8. Oh, I saw you on TV last night. So
'Cause
the
they still
culture is
running
still
it.
there. They still watching.
They're
it.
gonna
Oh,
run
yeah.
that forever,
That ain't never
Forever.
going away.
Exactly.
and that's the
running
beauty of it. You know.
And the soundtrack
That's dope though.
was as dope as the movie.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
So
the
many
soundtrack.
legends on the soundtrack. You know what I mean?
Lynch Mob, myself, Hutch and Kilo G. It was
Definitely.
that was a good soundtrack.
Yep. Shout out to Pimp C and Bun B.
Pimp C,
R.I.P.
Bun B,
Pocket full of
Spice,
Stones was on there.
Spice
I
One was
got a
on
pocket
there.
full
I
of
wore that soundtrack out.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? I used to do homework to that soundtrack as a young, you know what I mean, MC in the making. But back to the movie and acting, we never really seen you do any more roles. Is it because that wasn't really what you wanted to do? Or you felt like you was typecasted as the quote unquote black gangster rap dude in the movie type shit?
I mean, I've never went after the acting gigs or whatever. My trueness was the raps and the records and just trying to be a storyteller for the streets. I felt like if parts came along that didn't depict me as a stereotype, then I would probably do it.
That's dope.
But it was either they wanted you to be a gangster or you had to be the comic relief, and I just didn't feel like going after that. You know,
Right.
I was in Thicker Than Water with Mac 10 and Fat Joe. And
I
then
remember that. I had that.
we did a small little independent movie out here called 100 Kilos, which was about the life of the real Rick Ross, and I had a part in that. But other than that, I just didn't chase roles. They were offered, but it was either put on a clown suit or pick up a gun.
So,
so-
is there other roles that you would want to do now?
I mean, like I said, if things come along that I fit suit me, you know, I got kids, you know, so I'm more like versatile now, you know.
So would you be able to take more like the Ice Cube route with like when he was doing the father figure comedy?
I do all that, man. Right now, it's just about trying to be true to my craft. That's about
Right.
it. But like I said, it's all acting, it's all entertainment, whatever it is, and that's what we do. We
sure.
entertain. I try to keep mine on a real status a little bit, but it's entertainment.
For
so
sure.
That's what I'm here for.
I would like to see that. I like to see our artist because you could tell through his lyrics that is beyond writing and verbal in the way he delivered the character. The first time, raw, like, you know what I mean?
Oh
just
yeah,
like
that was my first.
to
Never,
see if he could jump
no
back
acting
in.
classes.
Yeah.
No, it was just purely raw.
That's
you know,
pure
I
talent.
could read
You could
because
tell
I went to school, so I could read.
But we want to
can
see
read a
that.
script.
Yeah.
Like we want to.
I
I
could
think
read, so
people want to see that so they won't be so scared running up on you trying to get an
Exactly.
autograph though. Because
Exactly.
for a while they were scared of Cube.
exactly.
Like for real.
And it's unfortunate that I feel that people have to change the way they look into what society considers a safe zone.
Exactly.
In order to be taken as a polished person. And I feel like when you do movies, it's cool to make a gangster movie, but show that same man as a father.
Mm-hmm.
Show him as a hard worker, but still in his own clothing, still in his braids, the way he would look on a regular versus having to take him and cut his braids off, put on a suit. Now he's not as threatening. And that's the part about it to me that I think it's somewhat unfair for a lot of people watching it. It's like I said myself, I thought that was real because that's
A
what
real
they
deal.
that's what all they show.
doubt.
But there's other people, like you say, you know, that are out there that
They
are
call
good
Pac
fathers.
Bishop. They called Pac Bishop for years.
I thought he was like for real.
Exactly.
Until his music started to eclipse that movie, but for a long time that nigga was Bishop. I was right
Exactly.
there when it was like, "Yo, Bishop."
And it's like
And it
now
would be
Ice
at a
Cube is
show.
not
That's
threatening
crazy.
because
That's
he
at
don't
a
have
show.
his
You know what I
braids.
mean?
He doesn't talk, you know. And then what happens to me, it seems as if when people get polished and they change, it separates them from the community that they actually was being supported by.
Or the people start thinking you changed. You know what I
Right,
mean?
you change and now you getting money and the people do change and then they don't come back with the same love and the
that's,
support.
And that's what I wanted to ask Eiht, because that's one of the things that I notice in hip hop. It's hard for people to separate who they saw you in in the beginning to the man that you become, because we all got to grow and we all got to get better at being who we are. Some of the shit you did at 18, 19, 20 years old, if you got any intelligence, you're not going to do at 35, 36, you know, and so on. You know what I mean? What are some of the challenges that you face in getting people to realize that Eiht is, you know, I'm still Eiht, but I'm Eiht the man now?
I mean, basically it just comes to, what I do is I just try to, you know, it depends on the people you're around and the people you try to associate yourself with. I mean, like, I don't live in Compton. You know, I stay in the suburbs. My kids grow up in the suburbs. I live around white people, Asian people. So I try to do things to involve myself to where people won't be so stereotypical of me. Like, I head coach my son's football team.
Dope.
I head coach his basketball team. I hold football fundraisers for the team. When they do carnival days, I go out and sell stuff, you know, with the team. I just try to show people that what they see on TV and what they hear on records is, you know, that's what I did, but it don't mean that's who I am now. You know what I'm saying? So,
no doubt.
Church.
And if it is who you are, they steady playing it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And it is,
Still
I
playing.
mean, I have the
is.
whitest of the whitest friends be like, hey, Eiht, and you know, want to fit in and be like, give you the little chin check and be like, yeah, but you know, that's them.
I was
they want to fit in.
I was jamming that Straight Up Menace last
People
night.
just fear what they don't know. That's all.
Exactly.
They just fear what they don't know. They don't know it. They've already in their mind made up a image of it, their own idea of it, and that becomes their reality. And then once people let their walls down, they'll realize that people are just people, just expressing it in different ways.
It just all depends on who you are. I can be in one part of the city and pull up on somebody and they feel comfortable. You can be in the city and pull up on somebody and they locking their doors when you pull up on the side of them. That's just because the image, what they look at.
Not realizing that the person in the passenger seat that they just went out to dinner with might slice their throat when they get to that house. You know what I'm saying? That's just the irony of life, though.
No doubt.
You locked yourself in the car with the murderer, dummy.
Great conversation going on right now at the Real Talk Show. You know how we do. Edie Don, Diva Pink, DJ Don Juan.
Oh no,
MC8. The OG MC8 is in the building.
Shout out to Nob, because Nob say that a lot too.
Yeah, Nob say G a lot too. We're going to talk about this record we got coming with MC8 after the break too, man. It's the Real Talk Show, TRadiov.com.
Chillin' in the city with no pity. Steps out on my front porch to check my spot. Bills to the store to get that crooked eye shot. I got to have it in my body. Bring about 2 or 3 cases.
We have some precious puppets in the house. Welcome, you guys.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
I'm so excited about this. I first saw you guys at Sunset Strip.
Happy Hollows. Happy
Hollows.
How are you guys?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Gotta say, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
So we have Dear Boy in the house.
Yes, I'm Keith. My name's Ben.
No, this is Pepper.
Hey, Pepper's in the house.
Yo.
How are you?
Pepper.
How are you?
We're on. We're on.
Live, sort of, round. Quick caveat, right?
Yep.
There you go. And over here, we have our guest.
In studio.
Yuna.
DJ Yuna, no. Hi, guys.
So
Yeah,
cool.
no
I mean,
problem.
that's so cool.
What's happening? This is your man Money B from Digital Underground, inviting everyone to join me for my new show, The Going Way Back Show with Money B, every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on T Radio V. Join me, Ty Teasy, and DJ Always to give you your favorite hip-hop from back in the day. Right here on T Radio V.
Hi, I'm Sheriff John Bennell. You're watching T Radio. Radio and TV? What? Perfect. That was perfect. Why are you asking me to do this after 12 drinks?
T Radio V. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.
Yeah.
So look, we was talking about, I want everybody to know, during the break, we was talking about why Pac had a problem with playing Sharif in Menace to Society. The only way to see MC8's reasoning, because he was sitting right there. During the motherfucking rehearsal. He knows exactly why. The only way you're going to be able to see that is on the behind the scenes that we're going to put up on YouTube shortly, courtesy of myself, Diva Pink, DJ Don Juan, and Gary Son of Hollywood.
And it was Gary Son of Hollywood's
Definitely
birthday.
We got to say happy birthday. It's a lot
Happy
of fucking
birthday,
Gemini.
G. My man.
You on the
It's a lot of
cusp, though,
Geminis.
right?
But it's cancer season.
Hey, but how about my
Definitely
birthday is
Cassidy.
within a week of Pops?
Yeah.
So
A lot of
happy
fucking Geminis.
birthday.
6 days away, dog.
No doubt.
So we're drinking in honor of his birthday. He's drinking water, and we decided to drink the holy water for his birthday. That's just how we do it.
He's more on the
Real
herbal
Talk Show.
He's more on the herbal
I'm
side
on
of
herbal
things.
refreshment too, but every now and then, I got to
about
get
to
down to the gram.
We about to get on this herbal.
I need a little sip. You know what I mean?
We about to get on this herbal
That's
refreshment.
church right there.
Real soon.
But now we done talked about the past, you know what I'm saying? And,
Right.
And we talked about the present with the Kendrick Lamar situation. Now I want to talk about the future with MC8 and what's going on for everybody to be able to pay attention to what you got going on for the future.
Well, right now I got an EP out floating called Keep It Hood. I dropped it digitally just to wet my whistle a little bit. Trying to finish up this album called Which Way Is West with DJ Premier.
That's dope. Sounds dope.
I've been knowing Premier since my career got started.
He's always been a fan of y'all.
Yeah, me and Premier been knowing each other for about at least over 15 years. You know what I'm saying? So we just connected. Just stayed in touch over the years. And
R.I.P. the Guru.
Rest in peace, my man. And then I just started. We connected one day because he put out a Black Poets album. Independent record of this cat called Black Poet. And me and my man Melee did a remix for it. And then from there, we just got to talking every day and talking about a project. So I just started sending them songs. This was like 2 years ago. And I just started sending them songs, and they started getting better and better and better and better, and he just decided, let's put a record out. So
that's gonna be epic, yo. I can't wait to hear that shit.
So I got my man, I got the Outlawz on there, that y'all came out and did something with me.
That record is crazy.
We got a video to that too that's gonna drop. I got Dub C on the record. I got Rage on the record. I got Exhibit on the record. I got Corrupt on the record. I got Big Mike from the Ghetto Boys on the record. Bumpy Knuckles is on the record.
Wow.
Compton's Most Wanted is on the record. So, I'm just trying to be universal with it, go all around the table and just make a good record, for our era and for the new cats that want to join in and listen to. It's something on there for y'all too, but I just try to bring back some of that authentic West Coast, that we ain't been hearing, that people been asking for. So I just tried to concentrate on what was good,
Yeah.
Definitely.
Back in our good days, when we used to love banging the Chronic, or It Ain't No Fun, or Drive By Miss Daisy, or some Holla If You Hear Me. I'm just trying to take it back to some what we grew up on and what we're known for. Not just the trendy music that's just going on nowadays and the strip clubs and the dollar bills and all that, but just make some songs. That's what I say about cats nowadays. A lot of cats don't make songs,
because they didn't grow up. A lot of these, I was gonna ask you, like, what does the hood, like, so many people have a negative thing about the hood and just a negative life or a struggle. Like, everybody says, I'm just trying to do better so my kids don't have to struggle. But it was the struggle that made them who they are.
Exactly.
That built character in them, that made them make great music and make Serena and her sister become successful. So it's kind of like, how do you feel about, like, what does the hood mean to you? And do you feel like it's necessary to have a hood in order to have still greatness?
No doubt.
I tell people I wouldn't trade my life growing up for nothing.
Me neither.
Where I grew up, I mean, it was hard times. We struggled at times, you know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't trade it for nothing because it taught me a lot.
Right.
It taught me about work ethic. It taught me how to be strong in troubled times.
Thank you.
And then it taught me really, like, it taught me choices that, you could do this, but then, it's always a regret behind the negative. So even though we was in the hood and we was doing our thing, it came certain times to where reality had to kick in, and then you had to take some of them lessons you learned from your moms and pops and your grandparents in the struggle and work that. So
Indeed.